are the West Coast Conference Tournament champions. He joins us now. Coach Pugh, congratulations on another win here. I know that this is not necessarily new for you in this tournament, but I would ask you, knowing sort of how these regular season meetings went against St. Mary's, did this one mean a little bit more considering all of that?
Okay, well, let's get going on this interview. What the hell is the legend Stanford Steve doing on this thing? Wow. It's just changing the whole thing here.
We'll get to that when it's my question. Don't worry, Coach.
Wow. Okay. No, hey, listen. St. Mary's has become an incredible program. You know, Randy's done an amazing job down there. They have great culture. They are just a tough out. They're one of the most physical teams in all of college basketball. And as I tell my team and coaching staff and everybody that listens, they're incredibly purposeful with everything that they do. And you have to go out and beat them. And, you know, we were lucky enough to turn them over 18 times, which is very unusual for St. Mary's. And I think that was the difference tonight.
Hey, Fewy, if I had told you you'd go 1 for 15 from 3 tonight before the game, what would you have told me the score would have been?
Wow, I would have said probably St. Mary's by 8 or something. I mean, now they can do that to you, Jeff. They do that to a lot of people. And the reason they can do that is they have Saxon and Barcelona, so they can play 2-on-2 with your ball screen and kind of lock in on all your shooters. And those two are as good at guarding ball screens as there is. But you know what? I think that's a huge stat. You're so right. And but the fact that we had them go 0 for 16 from 3, I think
Exactly.
you know,
who would have ever thought a Gonzaga St. Mary's game would feature that crappy 3-point shooting ever?
I hear you. And there weren't a whole lot of good looks tonight, but you know, some of their guys had some very good looks, and they have some very good shooters in Mikey Lewis and Morauskas. And then, you know, Nolan had a couple good looks, and Nolan's been shooting the cover off it for us. But you know, that's kind of one of those grinder games, man. I mean, as much as I try to get this frickin' pace going against them and get it going up and down and kind of a stag style of basketball. It takes 2 to tango. And so you gotta win. You gotta be able to win games like this. As you guys know, in the NCAA tournament, there's a variety of styles, and we've made a huge jump here down the stretch. So I like where we are, and I think we're, like we usually do, gearing up for March here.
Coach, congrats again. I got a bit of an individual question just about, because it's you got a kid that had a pretty good game tonight on your team. I'm a Chicago guy, so I got a chance to not only can play against and coach against Braden Huff, but you know, just see his progression as well too. And I just remember when he committed, I thought, man, after seeing him play, what a perfect spot and program to be in. But could you just talk a little bit about, you know, what he brings to this team and his progression as a player, because he gets better every time I see him.
Yeah, it's a great call, and thanks for bringing that up. You know, people ask why we started him tonight and rolled the dice. Like, we started him tonight because we knew we had a great matchup, and like, whatever, you guys got to help me out. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result or something. And we got off to 2 really bad starts. And I'm just like, hey, we're going to go with B Huff. That gives us a good matchup against, you know, who they start. And he did. He was big. He was big in the biggest moments. We started the game with him, and we closed the game with him. And he delivered. And so happy for him. I'm proud of him. And that wasn't maybe necessarily the case when we played them earlier. You know, I mean, they bring a brand of physicality, guys, I'm telling you, that's going to give teams in this tournament fits. And when they put Saxon and Wessels out there, I mean, he's a giant. and they just duck you in down there, and the ball goes up on the rim. And listen, Houston is a terrific rebounding team, and they do that their way with athleticism and effort. St. Mary's is every bit as good as Houston on the glass, and they do it with just size and sumo wrestling. Really, that's what it is down there. And it's really hard to prepare your team for that if you don't have guys like that on your roster.
Coach, I traded text with Barrett today, knowing our annual meeting with you and SVP is usually tonight after you win another championship, but Scott's on vacation, so I had to come here to actually get a question in with you. I mentioned earlier tonight, I thought the best thing that happened to you guys last night was getting punched in the first half last night against San Francisco. The way you guys responded and played great in the second half, I thought was tremendous. I absolutely love how well you shoot free throws, even though Khalif missed 2 in the last 2 nights. That is going to, you hanging around in games, which you have done all year, that's a big benefit. But the biggest question I have for you, I can't believe I'm asking a human being this, but does going to Vegas ever get old?
And I've spent some long stints down here with USA Basketball now. I'm telling you what, in both instances.
I've played blackjack with you before. You and I and Mel Gibson have done a little,
And the greatest thing we did, I don't want to bore you guys, but as a staff, is after about 7 days, Steve came up with the idea. It was like, hey, you guys want to go off the strip? And we found some dive Mexican restaurant way off the strip. And I'm telling you guys, it was the first year we did it as a staff. We were just getting to know each other. And the fact that all of us were like, God, this is the greatest night we've ever had, getting off the strip and just go. Nobody knew who we were. We were in this place. It was Grant Hill, Steve Kerr, Ty Lue, Eric Spolstra. Nobody knows who I am when I'm with those guys, but it was awesome. And so to your point, like, it's great to be in Vegas, but it can kind of grind on you in a while.
No doubt.
Steve. But the cool thing is, like, we have a fan base that really, 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 really travels and makes this tournament really, really cool for our guys to play in. And they showed up huge again this year. You walk out there, and they're even as many times I've done it, I still kind of pinch myself and go, wow, I can't believe this many people came down here to see us. And I mean, I think it's very much like what you see at the Big 12 with Kansas and Iowa State.
Hey, Fury, I got one more before we let you go. So bring your pickleball paddle to San Antonio, okay? It's going to be, if you're not playing and Scott Drew is not playing in the Final Four, it's me and you versus Hummel and Scott Drew down there, okay? And we're going to kick Hummel's ass.
Why would that be? Why should that be a problem? Yeah.
I mean,
why does Fury have to play with you?
Hey, but Scott's my partner, man. We were in the Speakeasy pickleball league.
No, I'm not taking Hummel on as a partner. There's no way. There'll be team dissension.
I don't know if Scott and I were undefeated, and I think we're over the term limit or whatever that I can admit. Like, we were all gathering together and playing pickleball and drinking beer during COVID rules at the Final Four of 2021.
Oh, I heard about this. I heard about the rules being broken.
I think we're safe now.
I think you're fine now. I got one more thing for you. A beer. I don't know if you've had this beer before. It's called Mango Cart. Mango Cart. You got to try it. Really good. Really good.
And fluffy to me.
It's a little girly. It's a little fruity and girly, but it fits me. All right, I like it.
Not my jam. Not surprised that it fits you, but not my jam.
Awesome. Well, Coach Few, man, we appreciate the time. Congrats on the title tonight, and we'll see you down the road, man. Thanks a lot.